Since 1992, Hear and Say has been transforming lives with the gift of hearing and speech. They've helped literally hundreds of children and their families, but as routine as their work has become, each achievement is no less extraordinary. Meet baby Thiess and her parents Annika and Glenn. It's just a few weeks since Thiess's cochlear or bionic ear was surgically implanted.
There's two major parts to a cochlear implant. So there's the internal part, which is the part that is inserted into the cochlea, and then the other major part is the external part that sits on the outside of the head. So that's this part here. So this part of the implant here is inserted into the cochlea, which is this snail-shaped organ of hearing here, and then the magnet and the receiver stimulator, which is the brains of the package, sits sort of up in the mastoid bone, which is up here. There's a magnet that connects the internal to the external, and you can feel that magnetic attraction over the skin.
Thiess is about to hear sound for the first time.
Are you ready, Emma? Ready? What was that? Straight away.
She's hearing test signals across a range of frequencies.
She's tuning really nicely for the low pitch electrode.
Then the device is switched on, and while a little overwhelming for Thiess at first, she soon revels in her new sensory world.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Blowing raspberries.
Sometimes we'll see a head turn round to mum or dad's voice, and sometimes we get a cry. But it's all just a response to sound, so we're happy with that.
Excited and relieved. I'm just really pleased that she can hear now.
It's been a really tough journey so far, but we're very pleased that she can hear now. I think I'm personally still quite emotional. Lots of ups and downs, tears of joy and sadness as well combined, very mixed.
To see the pleasure and the children start to speak, it's incredibly rewarding. I have seen many and each one is as rewarding as the next.
As compelling as the activation of the implant is, it's just the beginning of Hear and Say's long educational journey with each family.
And of course now a new journey begins, doesn't it?
Yes, it showed us. You'll be fine, won't you?
The successful interface between an electronic device and the human brain, and stimulating the connection between hearing and speech, requires expert therapy. It's in this area that Hear and Say leads the world.
Cochlear implants are amazing pieces of technology. They are miracle workers, but without the therapy that go with them, I always liken it to, it's like giving someone a computer without giving them any software.
The sort of education process that we use to train the child's brain and to achieve this accelerated auditory brain growth that we're able to achieve, we do that through simultaneously teaching a parent and a child. So by teaching the parent as well, they go home and practice the activities all day long in the child's life, and that gives you the frequency, the intensity and the quality of auditory input that actually builds their auditory brain and helps it to mature.
Integral to Hear and Say's future is its gleaming new headquarters in the Brisbane suburb of Ashgrove.
But I think the most important thing is that it's given us a centre or a headquarters that looks like the very important and international work that we do. We've touched some 42 countries with the training that we've tried to help other people with.
I can't understate how important this new building has been for us. Not only has it given, I suppose, a boost of energy for the team and allowed us to better support the kids that we're already seeing, but what it's allowed us to do is put a really firm footprint down so that we can support more regional families.
Financial support from Thiess is helping Hear and Say reach out to regional families via the internet to provide that critical, ongoing therapy.
If you try to just vary your voice a little bit, so for example, ooh, and just see if that makes a difference.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah.
You heard Mummy. Good boy. It's really all about teaching the parents. We're all about guiding them so that they can help their child learn to listen and speak.
It's good because it gives him the opportunity to have, it's almost face to face, but it's good having people that know what they're talking about when it comes to hearing impaired, which is something we don't really have up here. So
we get to see children in Emerald, children in Mackay, children in very far places that don't have any on-the-ground services for children with hearing loss, although hearing loss is one of the most common disabilities.
It's hard to imagine how society would cope today without Hear and Say. Natasha is so grateful for her gift of hearing that she gives up her free time to volunteer at Hear and Say Playgroup.
They've given me so much, giving me my hearing to speak. I just want to show them my way of saying thank you for helping me to hear.
Pauline and her little boy Christian speak for hundreds like them.
Oh, I don't know where I would be. When he was 4 months old and we found Hear and Say, it was like a life raft. It really was. We really thought we were sinking, and they pulled us out, got us in the boat, showed us which way to go, and that's how we got to where we are.
And yet the organisation still has to rely on corporate, philanthropic and community donations for the bulk of its funding.
We get under 30% of our funding from governments, and yet we take between 65% of the state children who are diagnosed with hearing loss. So I really believe that we deserve more, but we are very grateful for what we get.
Hear and Say's ultimate ambition is for the wider community to fully appreciate what is possible.
If you walk down the street and you still say to a person, what's going to happen for a deaf child, they'll say, oh, they probably won't listen and speak. That's an expectation that we need to change in the community.
And no matter how daunting a diagnosis of profound deafness is for parents, there is a way forward.
Everything will be okay. It will be okay.
It's a wonderful gift that the Hear and Say Centre and Cochlear have done.
Despite its name, Hear and Say isn't about to stop at just restoring hearing and speech. Its inspirational founder, Dr. Dimity Dornan AO, sees an extraordinary future.
People who are developing the bionic eye, bionic brains, hearts, limbs and all the other devices, they're all built on the basis of the bionic ear technology. And this centre, I believe, will become the centre of a new group that I've formed called Human Bionics Interface Frontiers. The future for Hear and Say is absolutely phenomenal, and I think that what is coming will blow your mind.